Hello everyone. Today we will study the work energy theorem, which is the topic of chapter 6. You have already studied what is work energy theorem. Let's recall that the work done by net force is equal to the change in kinetic energy of the body. So it states that, I am writing in short, it states that the work done by net force is equal to the change in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of the body. So let's take a diagram over here, where this is the mass of the body, this is the initial velocity of the body. If a force is applied on it, then the final position is suppose this. And at this position, or you can say at this instant, the body is moving with velocity v. The force is applied like this. So this is the displacement. Now here we can write the expression for this. So work done by net force is equal to the change in kinetic energy. So that means how to write this? This is equal to half m v square minus half m u square. This can be written as final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So we can derive this formula for constant force and variable force. So first derivation is for work done by constant force. So this work done by constant force is equal to the change in kinetic energy. So this derivation we are doing using third equation of motion. So by third equation of motion, what is the third equation? V square is equal to u square plus 2as, or you can also write it v square minus u square is equal to 2as. I have shifted this one side and reverse the sides. So let's multiply this equation by m by 2. So multiply this equation by m by 2. So what will we get? M by 2 and what was it? 2as. This was v square, this was u square, right? So what will I get? Mass into acceleration is force into displacement, and this is half mv square. This is kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. So force into displacement is what? This is work done. So work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. This is the derivation, or you can say the proof of the work energy theorem by constant force. So now let's take the case of the work done by a variable force. So derivation for work energy theorem by variable force. So here we can use the formula for work done. dW is equal to F ds. We are using calculus here because for variable force we need to use calculus. So for ds displacement, dW is the work done. So obviously for the total displacement or total work done, dW can be integrated as W, and the limits can be kept like this. For force, you can write ma ds, right? And this is W minus 0. And here m can be kept outside the integral sign. Acceleration can be written as dv by dt into ds, right? This left side can be written W, and here m, and this can be written as dv into ds by dt is velocity. Now I'll have to write the limits of velocity because I am integrating it with respect to velocity. So what is the initial velocity? So initial to final limits we write. So u to v will be the limits. Now from here, this can be written as W is equal to m. What is the integration of v? We know that the integration of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the formula, right? So similarly, if I have to integrate v to the power 1 dv, so what will it be? V to the power 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1. That means v square upon 2 will be the integration of v dv. So I'm writing it v square upon 2. Limits I have not yet used. So this is how I write it. Now m2 can be taken outside the bracket. Inside the bracket, when we put the limits, so first we put the value of upper limit minus lower limit. So for upper limit v square, I am replacing v square v by v. So this is v square minus lower limit is u. So for v I will write u. So this gives me half m v square minus half m u square. So this means this is final kinetic energy and this is initial kinetic energy. So this gives me delta kinetic energy. So this is the derivation, or you can say the proof of work energy theorem using variable force, right? So that's all for now. Have a nice day.